Hey everyone, today we're working on a Codewars challenge called The Last Survivor. In this challenge we're given a string of letters and an array of numbers, and the numbers indicate the position of letters that need to be removed from the string in order starting from the beginning of the array. So as you iterate through the array, each number will tell you the index of a corresponding letter that you need to remove from the string. After each removal, the size of the string is going to decrease. There's not going to be any empty spaces, and at the end we're going to return only the one last surviving letter. So we look at the example. The string is ZBK, the array is 0 and 1. First we remove the letter at the 0 index, which is Z, so we remove that one. Then we remove the letter at the 1 index, which after the removal of Z, that 1 index is now the letter K. So the last survivor is B, and that's what you'll return to complete the challenge. The given string will never be empty. The length of the array is always correct, which is one less than the string, so we'll be left with one survivor. We're going to get valid numbers, and there can be duplicates. Okay, so I'm just going through those notes there. All right, so let's get started here. Whenever we need to remove individual items from a string or individual elements from an array, the method that should come to mind is the splice method. Now that specifically is an array method. It won't work on a string, so the first thing we have to do is create an array out of the letters that we have. So we're going to use letters.split, and that's going to give us an array of all of the letters that we were given in the original string. Then we need to iterate through our array of numbers. So I'm going to say for let num of chords, and that will iterate through each number. We're grabbing the number right here. And for each number we need to splice the corresponding element at that index in this array of letters that we created. So I'm going to go array.splice. The first argument I pass in is going to be the num. That's going to be telling the splice method what index to be looking at in our array. And then I'm going to pass the number 1. That tells the splice method that we want to remove only one element. And if we want to double check that this is working correctly, let's console log the array. So we were given ABC. After the first iteration through, we should have removed the index, the letter at the index of 1, which is B. So it removed the B. Second iteration through, we removed the element at the index of 1 again, which this time is C, and we're left with A. So that looks like that is working correctly. Now we can't return this as an array. It does want a string for the return value, so we're going to return array.join. And let's give that a test. Looks like that's working so far. If we attempt, and it passes all of the tests. So that's how we solve The Last Survivor.